I'm Vanessa Tyler, and welcome to What's Eating Harlem, where we cover the most exciting community in the world. There is so much going on here in Harlem. Let's get started.
I eat, sleep, and breathe food.
So says one of the hottest chefs in the city. I'm in the kitchen cooking with Chef JJ. The artist with the magic touch, the dapper Ron Draper. Check out what's on his mind. The history of Harlem and his grandfather's life. It is a corner now no one will forget.
1, 2, 3.
All of that on this edition of What's Eating Harlem. Closed captioning supported by Chocolat Restaurant Lounge, 2223 Frederick Douglass Boulevard, Harlem. Everyone meets at the bar at Chocolat. Late night weekend dining too. Chocolat Restaurant Lounge. What's Eating Harlem, funded in part by Cove Lounge. Situated in the heart of Harlem, it embodies the spirit and vitality of its community, delivering a unique blend of cool sophistication and urban edge. Harlem is welcoming a new season, White Truffle Season. Urbani truffles, just 24 hours ago in Italy underground, and put on a plane exported worldwide, just landing in New York, now heading uptown. White Truffle Season is here, and Urbani Truffles is a proud supporter of What's Eating Harlem. Jammin' in Harlem's oldest live dive bar. Paris Blues, live music every night. Owner Mr. Alabama Sam Hargrass will make sure you have a ball. Eat, drink, join the party. Harlem's own Paris Blues, 121st and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, 7th Avenue, Harlem, is a proud supporter of What's Eating Harlem. The Groove at Ponte Bistro. Mixing live music with upscale French African cuisine. At the corner of 139th and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, and at their other location in Gramercy Park at 218 3rd Avenue. The food, the fun, it's a party at Ponte. Ponte Bistro, 139th and 7th Avenue, Uptown. Delighted to support What's Eating Harlem. Let's get cooking.
And then we have our 12-ounce pork sirloin.
With one of the hottest chefs in the city. Chef JJ Johnson has everyone's attention. Forbes named him Best Under 30 in the food and wine category. Zagat's also gave him props in the Under 30. Eater Young Gun recognized his cooking greatness. And he was nominated for James Beard Rising Star. And the icing on the culinary cake? Esquire named the restaurant where he creates the food fascination, the Cecil in Harlem, as the best new restaurant of 2014.
It's really what you dream about. You go to culinary school, you go to CIA, they tell you you're going to be the best. And you leave there saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to be the best. And then you come to the industry, you hit brick walls, you hit brick walls, you hit brick walls. And then you read about some chefs that you either worked with, cooked alongside with, or you went to school with, and you're like, wow, they really made it. They're getting all this notoriety. It's amazing. They're cooking really amazing food. And it just happens to be me.
At 31 now, he has taken over both kitchens, the Cecil and sister really restaurant Minton's right next door.
So in a small saute pan, we'll add about 2 tablespoons of oil. We won't get it too hot. Warm in temperature, we'll add 3 pieces of our crab cakes.
Our treat today, the Charleston crab cakes, part of the new menu he reworked at Minton's.
Not that I was tired of them, everybody still loved the food, but I wanted to bring more flavor, more creativity to the conversation, so nobody can think that it's just one level. We scaled the menu down, and we kind of made it like an all-American dream. So you come in and listen to this music, and the menu's small because you can order a couple of small plates if you want. You can order a composed dish, or if you really want to order like in the steakhouse style, you can order like this 12-ounce pork sirloin and then get a bunch of sides. So it was created so that everybody could be pleased. If you didn't want to spend a lot of money, you don't have to spend a lot of money. And the keys here, once it starts getting a little golden brown on the outside, we'll throw them right in the oven so that we have one side really nice and golden brown.
Those Charleston crab cakes now on Minton's new menu of small plates is paired with a salad, some pickled red onions, black-eyed peas, add a little of sherry dressing, dash of sea salt, pepper. Perfect. The black-eyed peas is that touch that makes the food at Minton's stand out. The food has roots.
It's history. It takes place. It really happens. It's not something that's pulled out the air that we just mesh together. It's really the study of the African diaspora. I study it every day. If you come and look in the office right now, I have like 5 or 6 cookbooks about rice. And each cookbook tells this history lesson.
His study of food is not just book knowledge, but cooking in the kitchens of the world.
I definitely went to Ghana, cooked at Villa Monticello. That was great for a month. That influenced a lot of the menu. Probably gonna go back to Ghana again in February and then slide over to Senegal for about 2 weeks. Was invited to cook there at Moving Pick, which is a beautiful hotel in Ghana. They have like 24-karat gold chandeliers as you walk in. So really excited about that. I might even take a trip down to Cuba to see the Afro coast, the Afro-Chinese coast of Cuba, which many people are not talking about, and really get some inspiration there.
Chef JJ has been food inspired all of his life ever since he was a boy, growing up in the Poconos, watching Emerald on TV.
I used to watch him as a super young kid and then listen and watch my grandmother cook in the kitchen.
But it was his grandmother who had the biggest impact.
My grandmother was really influential. I was just back in the Poconos for my grandfather's 90th birthday, and I was looking through some of her old recipe books that was handwritten, that were like half English, half Spanish. So really, really good stuff. The inspiration's always there, and I always can look back on something that is like a happy moment in life.
Now this life, under the influence of Master Chef co-owner Alexander Smalls, the Cecil and Minton serve the tastiest, most unique food combinations in a city full of sophisticated palates. The bacon marmalade made with orange juice, thyme, rosemary, palm, sugar, and smoked bacon is where he now sets the Charleston crab cakes with the black-eyed pea salad. Oh, and the 10-ounce pork chop is on the menu for the large orders. You add the sides. Delicious. Just what you expect from the chef everyone is talking about.
I eat, sleep, and breathe food. Some people say it's too much. I talk about it, I read about it, I write about it. It's always on my mind.
What's Eating Harlem wants to get you involved. Do you have a story idea? Tell us. Go to our website, what'seatingharlem.com. There, you can sign up and become a member and get discounts to some of the places we feature. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
You need your mind right before entering one of his art shows, or artist Ronald Draper will get it right for you. You just can't idly look at his work. No, once you see it, it makes you think, and probably never be the same.
I always say I'm kind of like the Malcolm X for the paintbrush. The art is secondary, that's just how I choose to express myself. I always say that I'm not an artist first, I'm a person who loves to inspire first. Art is just how I choose to do it. So the inspiration comes first, art is just my vehicle of inspiration.
And this is how he expresses himself, words and pictures.
Very quote driven, it's all about the message, period. Even from the very early things I've done that are about as big as a square foot. Everything's quote driven but mixed media. Everything's kind of like, it's like a whole cluster of things that come together to make sense.
And don't miss the messages in the mix.
A lot of kind of self-confidence, a lot of like, when you want to quit, keep on going, just be always reminded to be your greatest self. Always remember to just, relax. Remember to take it easy. Remember life is beautiful. Remember that love is always the answer.
A romantic and a realist, Ronald Draper has been through the fire and the storm.
So I'm a kid who was born in 1986 at the height of the drug era. I come from a mother. I was a drug baby. And it's like, listen, if I'm here, we all can.
Born and raised in Harlem, this day is especially significant because his art, the kid who started life behind the 8-ball, will have his work as part of the permanent display among the amazing pieces of art at Harlem Hospital.
These pieces that are history of Harlem, in this gallery room that we're in behind me is artwork from 1920s or even longer, and they're all original pieces cut out of walls. And now you have someone young like Ron that they respect, that they gave him their lobby. When you first walk into this hospital, you're going to see that huge, art lives in Harlem. That's iconic.
We have a great partnership with Harlem Hospital Center and have brought in one of our philanthropic arms, Take Care of Harlem. Take Care of Harlem is an organization started by my brother Kels Barnett and his friends, Ron Draper, Melissa Mitchner, and Alize Beal. Together they form Take Care of Harlem, and there are different initiatives that we at Harlem Haberdashery support. One of them is Art Lives in Harlem.
It's nice that a lot of people think that, culture's coming back to Harlem, but culture actually never left. So we just want to tell people that art lives in Harlem because it's always lived in Harlem.
The importance of Harlem Haberdashery being in Harlem, our give back was something that was like a no-brainer. I always say no-brainers because, again, if you are in Harlem, why are you in Harlem if you're not going to take care of it?
Ronald Draper also fiercely defends the village he loves.
Everyone in Harlem has this mutual sentiment where we feel that if it wasn't for Harlem, we wouldn't be who we are.
Who he is? An artist, using whatever he can to get his message across, even if it's using Stevie Wonder. Check out the message. Just because a man lacks the use of his eyes doesn't mean he lacks vision. Ronald Draper has vision.
So I do what I want for a living, and I do it as much as I want to do it. So even if I don't make a dime from it, I'm successful.
A lot of people don't know he was born in this hospital. So for him, it's his gift to Harlem. It's not for show, it's not for any type of, being a celebrity or anything. It's his gift. Like I said before, for him, it's a gift, it's a give back. Harlem took care of him, so he wants to take care of Harlem.
Ron was born here, so now his artwork's going to be here forever.
My work, I try to make it as loud as possible. I'm in your face. I don't mind being in your face. I got something to say. So, Harlem's personality goes through my artwork easily, because everyone knows Harlem people have something to say.
A story on nearly every Harlem street, and on this corner, the southeast side of 132nd and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, the story is about to be revealed. It is Grant Harper Reed's family history, but really, it is the history of the Harlem Renaissance.
This is a monumental occasion, not just for me because he was my grandfather, but for the people of Harlem.
His grandfather was Leonard Harper. Leonard Harper is being credited as the most important contributor to the entertainment mystique that has made Harlem, Harlem. Leonard Harper was a show producer, show creator, dance man, stage director, choreographer with the golden touch. During the Harlem Renaissance in the 1920s and 30s, his shows were groundbreaking musicals, which included the song Ain't Misbehavin', which he brought to Broadway. Or how about the Pepper Pot? He produced more than 2,000 shows for the stage and screen, including the production of the dance scenes and the first feature-length talking film from a black director, Oscar Micheaux, titled The Exile.
A little number entitled Make Hay Hands While the Sun is Shining.
But it was the dance routines produced by Leonard Harper. People were not quite used to this. Leonard Harper even performed for the Queen. Queen Mary loved the show Harper brought to England.
At that time, vaudeville was out of style. It was getting tired. So he added a lot of black pep to it, like a little something in the butt department with his chorus lines. And he started bringing in money for all these white theater owners downtown.
Leonard Harper took his talents uptown. Reviews credit Harper with putting the Apollo and the Cotton Club on the map. And as the in-house producer, Harper made Connie's Inn the place to be. The icons of a generation were working for Harper back then. He is said to have launched the careers of legends.
During that time, this street was popping with rhythm. Everybody was here. Bojangles, Ethel Waters, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, Cab Calloway.
Those long-legged dancing girls called the Harperettes, girls who history has told us had to be a certain shade of light to not offend white audiences. Leonard Harper and his wife Osceola were the power couple of their day, bringing the beat to Harlem.
No question, this is one magical area, and like many streets in Harlem, there is such a history here. You can almost feel, even today, the rhythm that ruled the beat that kept this area jumping.
So much information, Grant Harper Reed decided to put it in a book titled Rhythm for Sale. It is about his grandfather's life, starting in the South as poor as a church mouse, dancing for pennies, eventually producing the entertainment for clubs owned by notorious gangsters like Dutch Schultz and Lucky Luciano. And at the height of his career, the only black producer to take his shows on tour with the Schubert Theater. Clearly, Leonard Harper was a groundbreaker in every way. On this day, sitting in Just Lorraine's, one of Harlem's old school bars, situated on the opposite corner of where Connie's Inn was located, Grant Harper Reed told me he basically stumbled upon the information about his grandfather. He was looking for information on himself because he's in the movie industry, researching at the County Cullen Library when he saw a reference book. Just a few pages referring to his grandfather. The librarian encouraged him to dig deeper.
And she told me, go back to the Schomburg and get all those old newspapers because they from all the different cities, because they all wrote about your grandfather in the Harlem Renaissance and what was going on. That's when I found the majority of my information.
He also had the opportunity to speak to his grandmother, Fanny Pennington, who later in life was involved in Harlem politics, but early on was a dancer herself. She was also a barmaid at the original Red Rooster.
I grew up around my grandmother's friends who were my grandfather's showgirls. I knew how they talked, I knew how crazy they were, and I got a lot of that into I had a lot of fun writing it because I knew a lot of them people.
Which leads us to today, making sure all will know. Connie's Inn was on this corner, and sadly, at the age of 44, Leonard Harper died here of a heart attack during a rehearsal. It is a story we would have never known.
I think that the lesson is that if you don't have a lot of money with all this gentrification going on, and if you can't build a building or you can always take a pen and a piece of paper and go to the Schomburg, like I did, and look up either your history or somebody else's history from the past. And because if you don't, somebody else is going to define your history for you.
It's a great day in Harlem, and I want to salute Grant for the research and the time. But he did it, he continually said, to show young men and women how they have to research their history, how they have to dig into the records and tell the real truth about this community.
And now we will forever commemorate such great works with this street song.
1, 2, 3.
That's all the time we have for now. Join us next time on What's Eating Harlem. I'm Vanessa Tyler. See you uptown.
Closed captioning supported by Chocolat Restaurant Lounge, 2223 Frederick Douglass Boulevard, Harlem. Everyone meets at the bar at Chocolat. Late night weekend dining too. Chocolat Restaurant Lounge. What's Eating Harlem, funded in part by Cove Lounge. Situated in the heart of Harlem, it embodies the spirit and vitality of its community, delivering a unique blend of cool sophistication and urban edge. Harlem is welcoming a new season, White Truffle Season. Urbani truffles, just 24 hours ago in Italy underground, and put on a plane exported worldwide, just landing in New York, now heading uptown. White Truffle Season is here, and Urbani Truffles is a proud supporter of What's Eating Harlem. Jammin' in Harlem's oldest live dive bar. Paris Blues, live music every night. Owner Mr. Alabama Sam Hargrass will make sure you have a ball. Eat, drink, join the party. Harlem's own Paris Blues, 121st and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, 7th Avenue, Harlem, is a proud supporter of What's Eating Harlem. The Groove at Ponte Bistro. Mixing live music with upscale French African cuisine at the corner of 139th and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, and at their other location in Gramercy Park at 218 3rd Avenue. The food, the fun, it's a party at Ponte. Ponte Bistro, 139th and 7th Avenue, Uptown. Delighted to support What's Eating Harlem.
To become a member of What's Eating Harlem, go to www.what'seatingharlem.com and sign up for special events like wine tastings and food tastings. Also, join us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. If you have any ideas for stories about Harlem, send them to info@what'seatingharlem.com.